Maybe like, no, I'm not gonna be evil this time.
Where's Bobby? That's where I'm going.
There you go. So Bobby did become evil for a little bit, just a little bit, just a little. Very, very short. I mean, you can write that off. Barely.
PMS?
Yeah, there's ghost PMS, and I think a few characters might go through some ghost PMS, and then they'll just go on their way.
This is what, so yesterday you had turkeys in a pod, today you have yin and yang. And I'm like, all I'm trying to do, just so you know, when I'm smiling like this, my goal today is to not swear so much I make Osric uncomfortable. My only, and to stand next to him and show you how incredibly freaking cute and tall he is. That's my goal.
I like that you use the word tall. Actually, Kim is so sweet. She's like, I had these really cute shoes with heels, but I didn't wear them for your benefit. I'm like, thank you. And then Rob got jealous. It was a good moment.
That's how we roll back there.
Thank you, Kim.
It's all about shoes.
This is for Osric. Last time I was here, I don't know if you remember, but we were singing the Pokemon theme song at the end.
Yes.
And I guess I can't give it to you now, but if you want to come by later, I drew you something and brought some Pokemon cards. And
From the original 150?
Some of them, I don't know, I can't have most of that. I couldn't find it online, but I do have Bulbasaur, I know that.
That's awesome.
The original 150 are definitely
Does
the
your daughter
best.
watch Pokemon at all? No?
She's not quite at Pokemon level. She's still at Wild Kratts and Avengers.
Wait, but she's not 12 yet. When she's 12, you'll set her off into the world. And
Yes,
Yes.
we just spent a lot of time in Little Japan, or Little Tokyo. She loves the images of manga, but she's not quite playing the game.
Little Tokyo is a place in LA where you can kind of buy all that fandom stuff. There's a lot of anime.
Oh, yeah.
That's where all the best ramen
No,
houses
Someone
are.
take me down.
I have to have someone with me every single time to convince me that coming to one of these things as a Sailor Moon costume is a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Because I'm like, or Death Note. Come on.
Yeah!
I love that you've seen Death Note. It's so good. Until Elle dies and then I got sad. Spoiler alert, sorry. But it's been on for so long, you know, I should have noticed by now. Okay. But I love that Kim has seen that. It's such a brilliantly written show. And thank you, I'm gonna find you later.
I guess my question is,
Oh.
what's your favorite Pokemon? But now also, what is your favorite anime? And what characters do you like to cosplay? Okay, that's a lot. But...
Wow, that is a lot. Favorite Pokemon, I'd say Charmander. Favorite anime? You know, Death Note is a very good anime. You know, I might say Avatar. Last Airbender. The character development in that is so good. And Legend of Korra I also enjoyed it a lot. I loved a lot of the references that they made. But my pure overall enjoyment was for Avatar. Also, just the way they mixed animals. I love that. They just had like a platypus bear, you know, and they just like set two animals and made them one. It was brilliant. So Avatar, my favorite cosplay. For now, let's say Little Mermaid, the Ariel one.
Hi, so Oscar, if Kevin didn't die,
Oscar.
That's the most commonly used second name for me.
so if Kevin didn't die and stuff, and like become a prophet and stuff, what do you think his like job was after college?
President of the United States. But you have to be certain age for that? Okay, well first he'd be Donald Trump rich, and then he would be president of the United States. I know nothing about American politics, but that's all I've seen.
That covers it right there. Right there. College Trump president. Welcome.
It's just that, like, so I'm Canadian, and the elections were happening right now, but I knew way more about the American politics. I knew way more about Donald Trump's hair than I knew about who our prime minister. Yeah, I would like to think he'd go into politics, and hopefully on his way to being president. That'd be cool. Thank you.
Hi! so you talked earlier about Kevin maybe hunting if he was still alive. So do you think he would be a good hunter?
Probably not as good as Jody because he's unpracticed. But you know, one thing about Kevin is that he's a good student. So I think if he had the right mentors, and Jody definitely would be one. His Winchester brothers, I don't think they would because they're kind of douchebags. But
You're surprising me.
I'm trying to come up to you.
Thank you.
But I think there's definitely a couple of people that could pull it out of him. I think Charlie would be a good one to kind of get him in a certain direction. Jody would be one to get him in a certain direction. And in a lot of ways, Crowley. So yeah, I think he has the potential for it. But currently, no.
Well, with not having a body and all.
Yeah, the not having a body thing kind of
Sucks.
Just a little bit.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I saw you were wearing a Captain America shirt yesterday, and I was wondering how excited you are for the Civil War movie next night.
Do you watch the Marvel movies at all?
I just recently saw Age of Ultron.
What did you think? What did you think of Age
This is
of
not
Ultron?
going to go well. This is not going to go well, and this may get back to him. It was so bad, I no longer have a crush on Robert Downey Jr. Whoa! I literally, in the airplane, was going, no, don't, no, God, really? Oh, God. Hey, look, obligatory family, so you feel something, we have feels. Let's move on.
Yeah.
The dialogue was awful.
You know, I agree
and
with
I
you.
couldn't figure out who was fighting whom, and the character I liked the most, they killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I apologize if your opinion differs from mine. I utterly respect your opinion. I can't. The best moment of it was, please be a trap, please be a secret door, please be a secret door. Yay! That was my one moment where I was like, okay. Why did the robot's lips move? He was made of metal. Nothing else on his body moved. Nothing else freaking moved. But his lips were all CGI, so he could talk like this.
That's a very good point. That I didn't catch. You're right. I definitely agree with Cam. It wasn't. I thought you were expected to like the movie. The Hulk was still the saving grace for me, but I saw Fast and the Furious 7 at the same time, and that movie blew me away.
Oh, I watched that, and then I watched Mad Max Fury Road. It was like,
that blew me away too. It's just so beautiful. I'm a big Marvel fan, so of course I'm excited to see it. There's a couple that I wasn't as big a fan of the Thor movies or Age of Ultron. I just thought maybe the hype got a little bit ahead of where it was. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you expect when they put hundreds of millions of dollars into things. You'd hope they put more into the story and the characters, but that's not always the case. You're welcome. So glad you picked that, because the longest time I was on my own.
And I almost tweeted it, and then I was like, don't talk shit about Robert Downey Jr. of all people. Like, no, he's deified in this one. I have to come up with something else to fantasize about. Whatever. Jim Beaver. I said something else.
Something else too.
Okay, for both of you, the generic, what Disney princess would you be?
Which one haven't I been? Let me get back to you, Kate.
I just suddenly thought of
I'm gonna go with Belle.
I love Belle. I had the biggest crush on Belle growing up until I realized she was a cartoon. Why do they do that to children?
My daughter's gonna have a heartbreaking experience at some point when she realizes that the real crap brother is adult and married already. She's like, he's a daddy? I never see his child.
Actually, you know what? Worse than that, Lola Bunny from the girl Bunny. No, it's in Space Jam. The actual girl bunny. I realized she was a cartoon, and then I realized she was a rabbit. No, two things.
That's a crisis right there.
I got so confused.
Blue screen of death.
Yeah, that was. I still remember that moment. I was
And
like,
that is why he never dropped acid.
I was so afraid. I'm like, should I tell my parents? And I never did.
Let's come out. Bunnies.
Strange things. Belle is definitely like my biggest crush growing up. I think I'd have to do Cinderella next, though, if I were to do another Disney princess. Cinderella. Just because the white, I haven't done it. It's very pretty and.
Christine. She's very
Yeah.
Christine. For someone who works in a fireplace.
Yeah, it's a very classic.
Dude, good. I haven't sworn once yet, have I?
I'm impressed.
Right?
Thank you.
What did I say?
Wow.
Oh, God damn it. Alright. That's why no one asks me questions.
Do you have like a record for the amount of times you swore?
I don't think anybody keeps track at this point.
Maybe you could set a record like the South Park movie. Kim's panel.
That'll be my goal
The
next
most
time.
swear words in a panel ever. What's
So you
that?
go on about your business.
Oh, that's me.
I'm losing my phone.
So what do you think Jodie and Kevin's first impressions of each other would have been, and like how they would get along?
That's a good
I
question.
think she'd adopt him. Absolutely. Like she's kind of filling up her world with that anyway. But this would definitely be a, oh no, I actually, come here. You'll help. You know, like how she's got her hands full right now. I think she would welcome Kevin into her life with a little bit of like, oh, here's one that seems fairly sane.
Well, I think it depends on when you meet Kevin. They definitely like pull him up in the bunker. You might be like, oh, he's so smelly and dirty.
No. There are scheduled showers at Jody's house. It's, yeah, she's got him on a military regiment.
Oh, that's awesome. Take me home, please.
Maybe I'll take you. I got you.
That's a nice thought. Okay, I'll go with Jodie. She can keep me safe.
Yeah.
She will not kill me. Right, on purpose. On purpose.
My question is for Kim. I was wondering if you were surprised at how long Jodie has actually survived on the show.
Every single time I get a script, I am not lying. I look at it, I open the front page to make sure they really meant they cast me in it. Because you never know. And then I go to the end to see if there's anything that says Jodie's body. And then I go backwards from the end until I see Jodie's name, and if it's dialogue, if the dialogue says carry on without me, or if it is, well, I'll see you next time. And then I read the script.
Yeah. I think everyone reads the script
Backwards. I start at the back, and I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah, I did that, and then I saw it go to the last page, and he stares into Kevin's lifeless dead eyes or whatever. I'm like,
But like, my biggest fear now is watching the show and having Sam come in and Dean go, you know, Sam, you've never been the same since Jodie died. I'm like, even now! What the hell? Jodie, come back to me! Ah! They got her. Who was on the other end of the phone when I died? Like, please let me die on screen.
Good point.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing worse than dying off screen.
Right? Wah, wah.
Newspaper article. Judy.
Yeah, exactly. Sioux Falls loses the sheriff.
Oh. Hey,
Hey, what's up, future stepbrother?
he's gonna play my stepbrother on the show if Kevin ever comes back.
Or on a future spinoff.
Okay, fine.
My question is technically for both of you. It's kind of different though, but I wanted to see if like Osric, if you could kind of like reenact like you reading the mid-season 9 finale script and then reaching that ending part and just react to it, and then like if Kim, if you could like kind of like see like how you
Hypothesize
would
my
react.
own death?
No, like react, like how you would react if you watch that, if you watch Kevin's death on screen, like how you would react.
Oh, I can-
Reenacting it though.
I know how I watched Kevin's death on screen. Are you fucking kidding me? Hang on a second. You seriously dead, dude? Because this is bullshit. Really? You're fucking kidding me!
Yeah, I remember that day quite vividly. Like, turn to the back. No, I don't want to die! Mom, they killed my character on Supernatural! I don't want to die yet. Jared told me a couple of months ahead, and so I knew it was coming. So I had some time to kind of like prime myself for the script, and so it wasn't as big of a shock, hopefully. The only thing that really sucked was I think I did 3 conventions where people were asking me how I wanted to die if I had to die. While I knew, I'm like, like not spilling the beans or spoilers. That's always tough. But yeah, it was my first reaction to hearing it was, "Shut up, Jared, you're an idiot." I think that's all I said, and then it was like a slow realization that he wasn't lying, but he should still shut up because he's an idiot sometimes. But I love Jared, and I'm glad it's okay. So I'm glad it came out.
Thank you.
Hi, so my question is for both of you. I wanted to know what Kevin and Jody would do if they were to spend a day together.
Strippers and ice cream.
Done.
Dean promised that and he never delivered.
I will hook you up. Strippers and ice cream. And a hot fudge on both. Oh, I'm sorry, did you just meet me? Good morning. Hi! Woo, the coffee's in the system. Yes.
Hi.
What's up?
My question is for both of you. Judging from what your characters' personalities are about, what would their favorite TV show be?
That's a good question. Friends?
Hey, Pops. She critique it all. Yeah, okay, he's never working for me. You're not working for me. You're an idiot. And get that guy on the phone immediately. She'd like watch for recruiting methods.
I feel like Kevin's very close to me, actually, and because he does like Aziz Ansari, that's one of the references that he put up. I think he'd watch Parks and Rec. Woo! And it would be a good juxtaposition to his life, so. Yeah. Have you watched Parks and Rec? Oh, it's like one of my favorite shows. So good. Again, character development. Hi.
Hi. So this is my first convention, and I really didn't know what to expect.
Welcome. What do you think?
It's awesome.
Okay, good.
Especially since one of the first things that happened was I saw Osric Chow, and he waved at me, and I peed myself a little bit.
Why do you think I always wear dark pants? That may not ever go away, I'm sorry to tell you.
Well, I hope you brought a spare.
So my question is that in season 8, when Kevin gets the anti-possession tattoo, he's pretty upset about that.
He's just not very. So I get the tattoo and I'm like squealing the whole time, and my mom's like totally cool with it. There are some really awesome women on this show. My mom. Okay. Yes. Oh, Kevin couldn't handle the tattoo. Yeah.
So does Osric have any real tattoos?
No, I do not. I mean, I was gonna ask you to guess, but it's, no, I just, I can't, I don't think I could ever make up my mind. I'm such an indecisive person, and if I were to ever get a tattoo, it probably wouldn't be my own choice, and it would be a really impulsive decision that my friend says, and I don't even drink, so I would never be drunk enough to, but maybe I'm super tired, and my friend just said, hey, let's get tattoos, and this part of my brain clicks out and says, no, you shouldn't get a tattoo. And then the other part of my brain that says, because you said no, you shouldn't, that's the only reason why you should. And then I would get a tattoo. And it would probably be in like Thailand or something, and it'd be with a bamboo shoot.
Yeah.
Probably not here with me. I think that's the only one I would maybe consider. Do you have tattoos? Oh. Sorry. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and we just met this morning.
all right, okay, yeah. That's really nice. See, the only tattoo that the first tattoo that I'm like, you know what, I can see how that works completely for you. My best friend in Beijing, she's a painter, and she never had any tattoos. She went to Thailand, and she got this yellow band around her arm, and because she's so pale, you can't really see it. And because she's painting, she's always playing with children, she's always covered in paint anyways. And so it was like just this little thing, and it's like light yellow, and it eventually fades away anyways, but it made so much sense for her. So if I ever found something like that for me, then I may consider getting it. But until then, I don't know, I feel like I couldn't decide. I could barely decide on what I'm gonna have for lunch, so probably not. How did you choose those ones?
Okay, have you seen the one on my stomach? Is it too early to strip? The front went in, this was a lullaby for a baby to grow up under. I went to, because I didn't look for images that I liked, I found an artist I liked. And I just said, I want a lullaby with a tree, because my mom always represented a tree. The back is Heavenly Support after my mom passed away, and my arm is, I went in and said, if God were a flower, what would she look like? So that's what everything is, and I wanted it on my right arm because my right arm, I'm right-handed, and it goes first. And so I wanted something to remind me to stay in my own concept of a higher power. Who would have fucking thought she had such real reasons and tattoos on her body? Yeah, that's
If I gave Grant something like that, but yeah. Actually, question for you. Do you ever, when you do stuff on camera, do you ever show it or do you always hide it?
I usually wear long sleeves.
Yeah.
But they definitely, the role I'm playing in, the thing I'm doing in January on USA Channel, both tattoos play. Because I know my artist and he gave them the clearance, so my tattoos actually show as this character. It was so awesome! And I get the biggest gun ever. Oh my god, yeah. But no, usually we have to hide them because, yes, there was a lawsuit when they did the Mike Tyson tattoo in Hangover 2.
Yeah.
And the dude won. He was like, that's my property, that's my intellectual property, and you put it on screen. So now, even if a character has tattoos, they put makeup over the tattoos you have and draw them back on, usually. Except for Colony on USA. January.
I'm so excited for that. I read the pilot for that. It's such a good show. Yeah, I'm really excited for you, Kevin.
Sorry, that was a really long
That was
answer
great.
about tattoos. But they're tattoos!
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, my question's for Kim. So before I was a big fan of Supernatural, I was a big fan of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Two blonde brothers. Just stay with the theme.
I was gonna ask if you thought there was a possibility of making some sort of like reference to Zack and Cody on Supernatural, or if you've already done that to Jensen and Jared.
You know, the thing is, they don't let me write my own lines. Wait, what? It would, I know, there would be a lot of cussing. It would just be like first Supernatural ever that had bleeps in it. Yeah, no, I think it would be, they said The Sweet Life of Zack and Cass once. They referenced that, and I think that's as far as they go, because if I were to make the reference, it would be obvious what I was doing. However, I did when I threatened Sam with my mom voice. When he actually, I asked, I was like, please, when he comes back down, please, can I actually use my mom voice? Please, 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 please. So that young man is directly out of Street Life. So that's as much as I can get.
Hi. So my question's for Kim. So I was wondering, because there's a great probable chance that the darkness is going to go everywhere and just wreak havoc everywhere. So once that happens, inevitably, what do you think Jodie's reaction is going to be in terms of like her girls that she's watching and for herself?
Oh man, Jodie doesn't go out to war. She doesn't go looking for it. Jodie's got her hands full just with the idiots and idiots in her town. So I think that the darkness, like Sam and Peter on their own, like call me and I'll come help you, but I'm not gonna go looking for you until it shows up in her town. Once it shows up in her town, she gonna bust that shit up. Not in my house.
You're so gangster, Kim.
Yes, of course.
Osric, I know you did Tough Mudder. I was wondering what your favorite event was, and Kim, if you would ever do a Tough Mudder.
You should do Tough Mudder with
No, I get tired reading about it. I see the pictures and I'm like, I need a shower.
It's not that hard. Sorry, what was the question?
Says the how old and how much martial arts training and how physically okay.
I didn't work. My knees gave out and I had to be carried like half the way. Yeah, I can do that.
You sound like, and I just had coffee for
Well,
breakfast.
let me.
I'm not doing it.
Here, if your knees give out, Jared and Jensen will carry you.
And so
And they're amazing at that because they're in such good shape and they're so big and so it's just like a small sack of potatoes over the shoulder and it's great.
I can't, and a grape would be nice. Some water. I need. What's your favorite part?
What my favorite what? My favorite part of Tough Mudder was just the bonding experience. Like one of our favorite things about coming to these cons, and much like a lot of you, is not just like how we interact. It's the people that we hang out with, you know, the people that we meet. And for all of us, like I'd never worked with Kim, but you know, through these things we've become really good friends. And so Tough Mudder, which is why I say you should join us, it honestly is a bonding experience. Like from the time we get to the hotel to us driving in a minivan to get to Tough Mudder, where we're like, you know, changing in the car with each other.
I'm so in.
I mean, like all these like super dirty
Wait,
jokes.
I'm sorry, what?
I know, and there's so many things that we don't normally do here. It's like, Axels is taking his pants off. That actually happened. Or like, I know, just like Rob, Rich, like everyone's just like, it's like a group of just friends going off on an adventure, and then we do it. We do it, and yeah, we're crawling in mud and stuff, and we're not ever running at our maximum pace because sometimes you get bottlenecked and you're like just walking through mud, and so you're just dirty.
This is the best cell job ever.
But it's fun because you just end up talking the entire time, and then you get to these obstacles, which it's not that crazy, but a lot of them are teamwork orientated. And so Jared was always the first to jump up, and then he'd like start like hoisting people over. And it was just like obstacle after obstacle.
I told myself my upper lip wasn't going to get sweaty this morning.
It was just so much fun because it was just a lot of like, yay, high five, yay, good job, blah, blah, blah. And then me, you know, I was just trying to film the whole thing. It is coming at some point. So we filmed the whole thing. Because I'm like, guys, who's got GoPros? Rob had GoPros, and so me and Jared put them on. And yeah, it was great. And the big thing is that electroshock therapy. So there's one part.
Never mind.
There's one part of the course which is like a bunch of dangling wires, and some of them are charged with like 10,000 volts, 30,000 volts. That's like Herculean, right? Crazy tough motor run with the, shock yourself at the end. But it wasn't that bad. They had EMTs on standby. The only thing I'll say.
Boy, you just sailed through my yes and right back to my flop no.
This is an
I don't
optional
care.
event.
Jensen ankles, no pants, not worth 10,000.
What? No, come on.
Please
Come on. He's worth at least a 40,000 jump.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, it's not that bad. You don't have to do it. Like Rob really shouldn't have done it. His wife was really angry that he did, but he just couldn't. He could not do it. But let me tell you, okay, so this is how it felt. It was like, you gotta do this because you don't want one of them to touch your eyes. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I was worried about.
You're all hearing this, right? I'm not the only one having this response.
So the 10,000 ones aren't that bad. It's the 30,000 wall that you want to be careful. So it was like this, just slowly, and you kind of like brushing past a couple of wires, and every now and then it was like, right? And that was a 10,000 volt. I got one 30,000 volt, and it was like, come, and it's like, and it just feels like this incredible weight pushing
And
down.
you realize you will never father children.
Well, hopefully not. But at some point, after that third one, was like, I do not want that one again, and I just started like bobbing and weaving, and I could actually avoid all of them. But the worst one, and this is what you don't do. Some people, they're like, I'm gonna get this over with really quickly. They take a running start and they run into it, and then they're just like this, and then they get jolted by one of the 30,000.
It's like the jellyfish in Finding Nemo.
But their legs give out under them, and they're running full speed, and so they just face plant into like a bay of hail or right into the ground, and some of those falls look so bad. And it's because they're trying to get it over with, and then they're just like trying to get up, and they keep getting jolted because they're trying to find their feet. It looks so bad. But don't get ahead of yourself. You walk slowly. But yeah, we all did it. I think. Nope. That one you can avoid. That one's like, please, if you're at risk of all these things, don't do this one. So you don't have to. You don't have to. Right, they say that on every single one, because they don't want people dying or getting flesh-eating bacteria and stuff. I mean, it's part of the risk, but they don't want it. Also, we get really colorful shoes.
Death?
We got all these shoes that we really like.
Death and flesh-eating bacteria.
That only happened to like 2 people. Out of the entire mud run, like...
I see what you're doing. You don't want me to come, do you? You don't want... You were like, as soon as this started, you're like, Kim's a liability. She will drag us down, and Jared will probably carry her instead of me. So I don't want Kim coming. Because that bitch won't take my spot. So, I'm gonna make it look like I want her to get, and then I'm gonna tell her why she shouldn't come. And now you know you still have dibs on Jared's shoulders.
He's got enough shoulders for both of us.
Probably.
Plus, if I take Jared, you can have Jensen.
Again.
But honestly,
too high for people to hear me scream for help.
it's a lot of fun, and after we just go back into like the house and we're just like relaxing, we watch the boxing match, and we honestly we're like, you know what, it'd be nice if like Cam, Elena, some of the girls would here, like as much as it was fun to have the boys, but we want to include a couple, ladies.
Brianna will do it. She kicks ass.
Yeah, sure.
I will applaud and hold water for y'all.
I mean, look at this. Sorry about that. Hi.
Hi. So my question is for Osric. So yesterday you were talking about how you were going to be participating in NaNoWriMo, and so I was wondering, what's your favorite thing that you've ever written?
Who got me into writing again? It was actually this lady, Kim. So I've been talking about writing for the longest time, and we're hanging out in Germany, just just in the green room, and she was writing this thing, and I'm like, hey, what is that? And she just introduced me to the software called Story Dramatica Expert, and I'm like, oh, I really like how that works. I've been thinking about doing this thing, and I liked how it laid out. And so, being the impulsive person that I did, as soon as I got back to the hotel room, I bought it. But I didn't start playing around with it for a couple of weeks. But once I started getting into it, everything Kim told me just started making sense, and it was like a big educational thing. And I'm still using it. So thank you, Kim. And that I'm using that to prepare me for NaNoWriMo. The thing I've enjoyed writing that I'm most proud of, I mean, I'm not a writer by any means. I kind of dabble in it. I mean, I guess writers are those who write, so maybe I am a writer. I wrote a couple of things that I'm proud of in like high school, way back. But recently, the only thing I really wrote to completion was I did this poem, and it was like the middle of the night, and I was in one of those mindsets, and I just talked to a friend who was kind of complaining about her parents not supporting her chasing her dreams and stuff, and I kind of went through that as well. So I wrote this poem, and I actually performed it and recorded it and put it out there. But that's probably the one that I'm most proud of. It's on my YouTube channel if you can find it. Yeah, it's called At the Prince of Colorado. It's called For Those Who Dream. A poem. So happy with the script that I'm writing right now. I've started over 15 times, and thank you, Kim. I really needed that push. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, it's my birthday, and this is my first con.
Happy birthday! What is your question?
Eater. Okay, my question's for Kim. So is there any difference between how you see Sam and Dean versus how you saw Zach and Cody?
Happy birthday! Sam and Dean are much taller. And Zach and Cody didn't have motorcycles. So I always knew where they were. Yes. And I think Sam and Dean have earned my love. Zach and Cody sprung from my womb, so it kind of explanatory. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, hello. Hi. I saw the flashlight, so I got here.
My question is for Miss Kim. What would Jody do if she met Crowley again?
Wow, Miss Kim, you have a question. Miss Kim, you have a question.
What would Jody do if she got anything she could to remove a portion of his anatomy?
It's really hot.
Yeah, I want 5 minutes alone with him.
Oh. Fellas, is it just me?
Whew. Okay, hold on. I think we got one more here.
Go ahead, one more.
Last one.
It makes me really nervous. That's the last question. So my question's for Kim, actually. Your IMDb says that you like to play pool. And I was actually wondering if that's true, and if it is, like if you ever played pool with like Jensen and Jared or Sam and if you played Sam and Dean, like if you would hustle pool with them.
Oh, Jody would, yeah. I did. I played pool a lot when I was in New York. I lived above a pool hall. But I don't trust IMDb or Wikipedia, especially when I'm friends with hackers. Although nobody can manage to get my age off of IMDb, but there's always really fun things that appear on my wiki page. It's amusing. But yeah, I haven't played pool in a really long time. I'd probably be really bad at it now, unless money was on the line.
Aha, when it matters. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Rose, Osric and Kim.